Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to Envision Trading. In this video, we're going to show you how to sign up and set up your trading views just like us. Follow me. First, we're going to go into your search engine and type in Tradingview and then proceed to their .com. This will bring you to their landing page. Up here, you can see sign in for existing members or start free trial to create your account. This is all your monthly subscription prices, but for now we're going to skip this. Just go straight to the bottom and try free basic. From here you get to select your username. I implore that you think this through, as you only get to change it once, and then obviously fill in the rest. Okay, now that you have successfully signed up and signed in, you will find yourself at their homepage. First thing you want to do is go up here where I'm circling and double click on chart. Here you can see we have our first look at our charts. Got a little bit of tidying up to do. We're going to pop over here to the right and we're going to see the X that highlights, delete all of the default pairs that they set you up with. All of them for now. Now we're going to add the only pair we trade here at Envision Trading, which is the euro against the US dollar. Up here in the top right, you'll see a plus symbol. Go ahead and click on it. Now, in the search tab, enter euro, US dollar. Now the third one down, forex.com, go ahead and add this to our watch list. Now we have our one and only pair that we trade in our watch list. Go ahead and click on this. Great. So now it's time to do a little housekeeping. First things up, let's get rid of this. We're going to minimize it out of sight so we don't need to see this. It's not something we use. Over here in the top left, we'll have the volume indicator that comes as default. Go ahead and delete that. Just to get the background aesthetic looking the way we need to quickly, we're going to go into our settings up here. Appearance, vertical and horizontal grid lines. We're going to get rid of those by reducing the opacity to 0 so they're now invisible. So already we can start to see that our charts are looking a little bit cleaner. Now we're going to go up to our symbols. Let's have a look at this. Let's start to personalize our candles. So we've got our sell candles, the red ones, and our buy candles, the green ones. Let's personalize them a little. Here at Envision we like to use teal. So we'll just go with a standard teal for now for our buy candles. A little bit of a darker border so we can see it a little more. And wicks will be black on both sides, and the sell candles will be all black. There we go. So already you can start to see that our charts are looking a lot more personalized. Let's start to work through some of these other ones down here. So I'm going to remove last price line. For me personally, I don't trade with that. Last price is just the line that shows you where price was. You can always see it over here on the right with the moving price value. So for me personally, once again, it's a personal thing. You can leave it on or off. I have it off. We're going to go down and leave all of these except down here. So this is the time zone that we're trading in. For wherever you are in the world, you might want to go on in here and set it to yours. So it's on your time zone. In Brisbane, I've clicked on this. That's where we are. So now we're going to move through to the next one, status line. So here we've got the symbol description. So this here is euro US dollar. Up in the corner, we can just minimize it if you want to have less on there, which will be the ticker. Moving down, show open market status. This is this little symbol up here. We just know when the market's open. I like to declutter my charts, so I remove as much off it that I don't need. So that's gone. OHLC values, open, high, low, close values. We're going to keep those. That's these things up here, open, high, low, close. Now we're going to remove the bar changes value, which is this little extra bit over here, clogging up the screen, gone. Show buy sell buttons, this is here. We're not trading on our Tradingview software, so let's remove that. Indicator titles on, indicator arguments I have off personally, and that's fine. Moving on, scales. Don't think I've touched too much here. Currency. That little guy up in the top right corner, we don't need to see this. It's just, again, something else that we don't need on the screen. Moving on, double check. Yep. Over to appearance. Now, we've already touched on the vertical lines just to get them out of the way straight away. We're going to show you the background. This is quite a personal thing for everybody. So I myself don't actually trade with white backgrounds, so you might like to go through and, well, we can show you the alter other end. Not going to work, obviously, with the candle colors we've got. I like to trade somewhere around here. So personally, that's how I like to trade. Doesn't mean you have to, but for myself, I'm going to leave this on. Have fun with it when you go in. I'd say the main two ones are sort of between your light grays and your whites. Let's have a look down the rest of them. So what have we got here? We've got scales text. This is just showing you the size. Anyway, let's go huge so you can see what they are. Down the side here. So you just have to find whatever the right size for your eyes are. We'll just leave them at 12 for now. Moving down, scales, lines. So this is just the line that separates the numbers from the actual chart. Your call again, what you choose to do with this. Crosshair. So the crosshair right now, you may not like to change it, or you might want to. If you choose to change the color to crazy, there you go, you can see it. So it's all in here for you to personalize. Let's go back to, I believe it was around here somewhere. Given the fact that this is a darker chart, I personally have a dotted line on mine, so I'm going to leave it like this again. Once again, it's up to everybody else. Moving down, I don't believe any of these get touched. Nope. Let's go into trading. Over here, just double checking. And that's all good. We can leave this already. So we're starting to get a look on this. Already I can see that this blue, this teal, it's not the exact teal that I would choose, but it's just a quick fix for now. But what I would do would be to come in here to body and personalize. So this is already a color down here that you can see I found by adding a custom color. So if the color doesn't exist, go ahead and look for it. So you can see already we could change the color wheel to whatever color we need. I'm going to come in here and you can see my candles changing already. Let's just say we're going to go with this. I'm going to add it to the color wheel. There's already one there, so for an example, you can just go ahead and delete this one. And then the outside color of the border, which is here, I always like it to be a bit darker, so I might just darken this up here. Here we are. So already you guys can see how we've personalized our charts for an aesthetic appeal. Now we're going to come over here. We can actually shrink this to, as long as you get the whole Euro USD in there. And these values in here, I don't need them. So up here, we're going to go settings. I like to click them all off. There we go. So now it's just a clean color. Next, again, this is totally up to you. Come over here and down the bottom here, dark color theme. Right now we're in light theme. Do we want to go to dark? Yes. So it's important to add that if you do choose dark theme, I would do that quite early on in the process, as it does reconfigure your charts back to default, but not to worry, as it doesn't take that long to do. Okay, now that that is done, we're going to move on. I'm going to show you how to set up your favorites bar with all your tools. So working down the left here, you can see these are all the tools at our disposal that we can use when we're analyzing the charts. But now I'm just going to show you how we get them set up. So you can see there's a little star next to all of the tools. And so if you go through to all these tabs, you'll see this. That's how you add them to your toolbar. So we always need the long position, the short position. Might be good to use a price range to know how many pips something has moved. In here, you might want to use some text when writing. Might be interested to use this one here, path. I'll show you what that's for later. Brush, drawing, fib retracement. So I'm not going to go through and put every single one that I would have on mine. I'm just going to show you just a couple, and I'll let you guys have a bit of a play or have a look at our recaps in time and see which ones we've got on our screens, and then just go ahead and add them to yours. So we're just going to start here. So already you can see we've got price action on the chart. We're on the daily chart, so maybe we'll actually go up and start also adding some time frames to our chart. Let's go by starting at the daily. Add this to the favorites. 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15, 5, and 1. So whatever you can see up here, now we've got this to swap between. Now back to our toolbar at the bottom. You can see it moves around if you just grab it over here, wherever you choose to put it. I keep mine at the bottom. This here is our long tool for taking a long position. You can see already the colors, you might want to personalize them. It starts with standard red and green, red being your risk, green being your reward. You can see as it moves, the 2.2, the red and the green is relative at least 2 times greater than the red right now. So right now you're looking at a 2% position. Let's have a look at changing colors. So your stop right now is red. You might like to change it to grey. Maybe a darker grey. There you go. And the green, you might choose to personalize it to the blue we've seen earlier on. So here we have a tool already set up. Moving our stop, you can see a couple of different ways to do it. You might also like to choose what I do, and I like to make mine compact. So here you can see there's less data in all of here. So let's go ahead and just show it on the short side. How did we do that? We went in, made it a gray color, and chose, excuse me, there. So now we have our personalized colors set up. You can see how you move your stop around. This one here just shows you how many pips the market has moved. So being on the daily chart at the moment, we're using quite a lot of pips to get around. Let's go down to the hourly chart. So you can see from this candle to the top of this candle, there's 70 pips. On the right, represented over here. Here. So this one here, we like to use for our liquidity line when we're drawing. So we can go in here and personalize it. Go into settings. We can make it a dotted line. We can make it red, and we can make it with no arrow on the end. So now when we're trying to draw in our liquidity, you can see that by using this tool, we can get it to hug price action nicely, double click it to end it off, and there we are. It's quite thick at the moment, so I might actually even reduce it, the thickness you can see at the bottom, to a thin line, if that's your choice. So getting rid of this, moving on, brush. You might need to draw something at some point on your charts, so you can make it a color you can see. You can change the thickness, moving around. Now this is an important one, guys. This is our Fibonacci tool. We're going to tidy this up right now. I'm going to show you how to do this. Come on into settings. You can see already it just looks crazy. So what we're going to do is we only use 3 lines. So let's go ahead and remove all the ones that we don't need, just keeping 3 on. Now let's just make them all a uniform color of black. Now we're going to go ahead and make it 0. This one will be 1, and this one will be 0.5. Why is that? So we've got a couple of even ratios. Let's have a look by removing a few more things. Prices can be turned off. Let's move this to the side. Levels off. Okay, background you can already see has a shade to it. Keep a little bit of shade on. And the last thing we want to remove on our fib tool is the trend line, just to get that dotted line out of the way, again, just to keep everything nice and clean. There we go. So now we have a fib tool. So if I remove this and we were to go and draw in a range somewhere, a buy to sell range, you can already see that we have our fib. That already shows our open, our equilibrium in the middle, and our edge. So there you go. If you wanted to save it as a template because you wanted to have a few different variations of it, this exists on all of your tools. You can go to save drawing. Let's call this one black for now because we're using all the black lines. And let's say we want to make it so we can get our premium and discount. And remember how we have our, we might add this one. Yeah, rectangle. So, also an important one. Let's say we're looking at a buy range. Already we can see that's not the colors we might want to use, so we need to personalize it. So let's make the outside black and the interior, again, we don't need to see that. Get rid of it. So here's our buy range. And we now are going to personalize our fib tool to be something separate where it's our discount and premium. So let's go into here, and on this one we're going to make it, say, green. On here we're going to make it red. Here, green. So already, guys, what you can see, it's not the best green, but it's green enough, is that we have a variation on our fib tool that gives up how to know when we're in discount or premium of our buy range. So to save this one, again, click on it, little tab over here. We've already got our black fib tool. We're going to save this one as, give it a name, premium discount, save. So now, let's say you go to open up your fib tool again. You don't need that because it's the wrong one. You might go, oops, let's change it around. There you go. So you can add as many as you want. You just get as creative as you like and make sure they're all there for your needs. This is how I have mine personally. Another tool that's really handy to have at our disposal is the text tool. I'm going to show you a few examples now why we use it so often. You can see on my charts I've done a quick markup for current price action. The only thing that's missing is some text. So let's go ahead and add some. First things first, let's get it to the right color, font size, and then add some context. Here's one I prepared earlier. This will sit up here in this supply region on the higher time frame, and we're going to go ahead and add this to our template. You can see I've marked up a few already. Save as template. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark up the rest of our price action using our templates. Last one on our tool is trendline. We'll make this black, and we might want to add some text to this. So text, you might want to say, yes, enable text. We'll make the text black, and we might put a BOS. So looking over here, you can see we've got BOS for break of structure. It's quite large. We'll minimize this. You might want it on the top, on the bottom, or in the middle. Again, we will save this, and over here, as a template, we'll call this break of structure. So again, we'll know when we are adding certain lines around the place that we can go back up into our template, and it's already saved there, just like you've seen before. It's also important to note that when you get on your charts and you might want to move up and down, it's actually locked. To unlock it, you just have to come to this little guy here and click on it and move it, and then you'll get access to move your charts around. Reset price, back to locked. Can't go up and down. You can go left and right, but sometimes it's really handy to be able to look through price action like this. So just a trick there. Now, down here, if you're on the free version, you'll get a advertisement to promote you to prompt you to sign up for a paid version. So again, just click that out of the way. It will come back, unfortunately. Everybody eventually, I think, should at least sign up to a pro. So you can, the pro version, which is around $15 a month. So you get buy replay for some backtesting purposes. And to show you guys the only indicator we use here at Envision, which is the Asian session range. So up here in the indicators tab, go ahead and click on it. In the search tab, type Asian session range. And this first one you see up here, go ahead and click on it. Now you'll see the indicator up here. We're going to go in and personalize it. Copy me. The only one we want to left filled is the Asian session color. In here, we're going to change that to purple, which is the color we use. And from here, we're now going to look at our inputs. They're actually all online for where we need them to be, so don't touch any of those. What we now have, we're on the hour. We'll duck down to the 15-minute. And what you can see is this tool allows us to be aware of where we don't trade. This is the Asian session where it's lower volatility, and so we stay out and only look to engage with the market when it closes. So let's have a look. Here you can see down the bottom, it starts around here. You can see this is our time at 10 a.m. AEST, Australian Eastern Standard Time, and finishes at 4 p.m., which is pre-London. And so this is where we look to engage with the market on a daily basis. So now we have our Asian session range set up. Let's move on. As you become more proficient on Tradingview, you're going to start to learn some of the hacks to navigate yourself around a little more quickly. One of those for me would be going up here and having a look at your keyboard shortcuts and getting familiar with some of those ones. Command Z would be one of my favorite ones. Let's say you've put something on your charts and you need it to be gone quickly. There you go. You can also Command S to save your charts quickly, or up here you'll see anytime you add something new to your charts, you'll have a dotted cloud. Saves it anyway. Otherwise, it does have an auto save that saves every 10 minutes. Let's say you want to take a screenshot of your chart and send a hyperlink out. You can also then press the photo up here and then right click copy, send that anywhere, like to yourself, to an email, whatnot. Or you can also go Alt S. Remember, I'm using a Mac. It does the same thing. Other little things would be, instead of clicking on your timeframes to navigate yourself around, you can go and press them individually. So let's say you want to go to the daily, 1D for the day. Let's say you want to go to the 4 hour, 4H for 4 hour, 1H, 1 hour, 1 minute. Don't do the M. If you go M, it's going to take you to the monthly chart. Just click 1 and it'll take you down to the minute chart. There's also a reference up here showing you what time frame you are on. So let's go to the 30-minute chart. We're now on the 30-minute chart. Last but not least, you can enter full screen mode, get a little bit more screen real estate. And I personally like to do this quite a lot. If you need to get out, click escape. You may also like to add Tradingview to your bookmark so it opens up Euro USD nice and quick for you. It's also down here if you ever accidentally click on this and it brings up any of this unnecessary stuff. Don't worry, you can hide it. I'd like to point out that we only use Tradingview purely for charting purposes only. We place our trades via our brokers. That said, you can demo trade a pair by just adding a risk reward tool where you think you'd like to get in work your stop at, work out where you might like to take profit, maybe at the Asian session high. And this is a good way to paper trade without actually using any brokers just whilst you're getting started. Okay, ladies and gents, that's pretty much a wrap. We've covered quite a lot with this video. I hope you've all taken something away from it. Feel free to watch it a few times if you require. As anything, the best teacher is experience. There is no substitute for it. So with that said, it's now time for you to jump in head first, do your best getting comfortable with this platform, and in no time at all, it will become second nature. If you have any questions or feel there has been something left out, please leave a comment below and one of us will get back to you. Thank you all for watching and happy trading.